Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Millennial Mindset. It's your girl. I'm back, and I know it's been a while, but I wanted to come back with a video for my travelers, for the people who love to get on a plane and jet set and fly somewhere. I recently went to Colombia, and I wanted to do a video about why you should travel to Colombia. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it useful. And for those of you who are looking forward to going on a trip to Colombia, I highly 10 out of 10 recommend going here. We went to Cartagena. I went with a group of friends. We got an Airbnb. Didn't even cost us over $500 a person. It was just the three of us. We all had our own bedroom. I will post another video with some footage of how that trip went. So it's very affordable for those of you who are traveling on a budget. It is not expensive to travel there, I promise you. So definitely somewhere that you should consider. So we got an Airbnb. We stayed in Cartagena, which is a very popular city in Colombia along the coast. And it's a city that's rich with a lot of history and a lot of places to see and places to go. If you're someone that's really into the beach, I wouldn't maybe recommend Cartagena as your only destination. So what we decided to do was we were able to rent a spot and travel by boat to a off the coast beach. So it was maybe 40 minutes boat ride, and we ended up going to a separate private beach, which was an amazing experience, highly recommended. And I believe it was Blue Apple Beach. That's where we went. So highly recommended to go there. They had like everything you could think of. The food was phenomenal. They had DJs, they had beach, they had pools, and places where you could lounge and relax. They had cabanas where you could rent. You have to pay, of course, a fee, but you could rent a cabana, fairly affordable. And you could just stay under a cabana all day if you want to. So there was a lot of things to do with that as well. I'm in Canada, so when I do give prices for things, just bear in mind that it is in Canadian dollars. So what's affordable for me may be different for whoever's viewing from other countries. So that was something that we did. And another must go to see thing in Colombia is the walled city. So this is a city that's built within a wall. So when you get there, there's a big giant wall. There's a lot of solicitors, so you have to watch out for that. They're a little bit aggressive in some places, so they will follow you, but just be sure to say no, thank you, no thank you, no thank you will be your best words while you're in Colombia. Just say no thank you if you're not interested, because people will try to sell you a lot of things. But yeah, it's a beautiful area within the walled city where you can go. There's restaurants, there's lounges, there's clubs, there's shopping. Everything you can think of is in this city, and it wasn't that far away from where we were staying, so that was a plus. So definitely something to consider and to look out for. And also we decided to do this tour that was really cool. So it was getting into the African heritage of the Colombians who live in Colombia, who have protected their African ancestry, and so they live in a village on their own, a remote village a bit far away from the main city. And so we got a tour of that, and it was phenomenal. We got on a tour bus, and that tour bus took us directly to the village. We got off, did a tour, spoke with the locals. They did a dance performance for us, which was amazing. I'll have that in the next video so you can see it. It was just phenomenal, and we were able to support the locals by buying anything, souvenirs, things like that, purses. They had really cute hand woven stuff that you could buy. So they had a lot going on, and it was such an amazing experience. And the food, we got a free dinner as well. So after the whole excursion, we were able to go to this really giant restaurant with like a big tall open ceiling, and it was so nice. We all sat at the table together. It was a huge tour of maybe about 40 of us or more, and everyone was from different places. A lot of Americans were on that tour. I think we were the only Canadians, so we were representing for Canada, but it was mostly Americans. And we all sat at a table together and dined together and ate food. And you had options of fish, chicken, with rice and beans. We had soup, like chicken soup, kind of like a Caribbean style, if any of you are familiar with the Caribbean style soup, with like the yams in it and the potato in it and the chicken. It was delicious. Everything was delicious. The fish, I made sure that me and my friends all ordered something different so we could all try each other's food, and we were thoroughly impressed with everything. So definitely highly recommended. And Colombia is one of those countries, and I would say I can only speak for Cartagena where we stayed, where the food is absolutely phenomenal. So if you're worried about food, this is not the place to be worried. And if you're worried about cost, this is not the place to be worried. You will be satisfied in both areas. The food is amazing and the cost is awesome. So I would say the average that we spent on a dinner with drinks, and appetizer, for example, was probably in the $20 Canadian range, $20 to $25 Canadian range. So really, really affordable, not that expensive. And that was a dinner at a restaurant. So imagine just getting street food or just getting, you know, to-go food. It's 10 times cheaper. So very, very affordable. Another thing that I recommend was this party bus. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. So you get on this bus, it's an open bus, and it has an open dance floor, and there's a DJ, and he has a mic, and he's talking the mic, and of course it was all in Spanish, so he was like, and we were like, yeah, even though we didn't know what he was saying. But all the other people, it was a lot of locals, I think, some visitors as well, but mostly locals as well that got on the bus. So they were having a great time. Everyone was dancing, the music was great. And what I loved the most was every stop that we made, you could get off, take pictures, explore, and then get back on, and then the party continues. So it was like the best of both worlds, the best of having a party experience as well as a tour experience, all wrapped up in one. It was something I've never experienced before in any destination I've been to. So highly recommend you do the party bus, especially the open floor one where nobody really wants to sit down because the seats are all around the bus, and then the middle is like open, so everyone wants to just get up and dance. So it was amazing. So yes, please do that if you decide to go to Colombia and Cartagena specifically. The next thing I would highly recommend is going to doing any kind of excursions. They had a lot of ATV excursions going on. They had the mud bath tour where you could go get a mud bath, and it's like great for your skin. So those are some other things that we didn't get to because there was just so little time, so much to do, but definitely something that we checked out and we were very interested in. So I would highly recommend looking into that as well. Another thing that we got to do was a boat party kind of thing. That was so much fun. So you get on this boat, you sign up, you can go to the, so right by the walled city, there is like a port that you could go to where there's boats and everything, and then you could sign up right at the port and pay in pesos. That's the money that they use in Colombia. It's called pesos, Colombian pesos. You can pay in pesos. I think some places were even accepting credit card. So that's something you can do. You can use your credit card. Sometimes if I didn't bring enough cash with me, if we went out to dinner, I would just use my credit card. So that's something else to bear in mind as well. You can use your credit card while you are there, and it works. And the conversion was fantastic. When I got back home and looked at my bill, I was like, oh, that's all I spent. Oh, so anyway, so yeah, we went to the port. We signed up for this amazing like party boat ride thing, and it wasn't a lot of people. It was a small boat, probably about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of us or 12 of us, and it was unlimited, all you can, whatever. For your purposes, I will not get into that, but you could basically enjoy some beverages while you were on this boat ride, and as much as you'd want. Also, it kind of gave you a tour as well because it goes around the port area. It was a beautiful view. The sky was stunning. You could see all the stars, and then there was a person DJing and playing music, and then they would come around and ask you if you had requests for songs. It was such a great vibe, such a great time. I wouldn't trade it for anything. There was quite a few Colombian locals that were on there as well. So that was so much fun. And I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. So highly recommend. And that's just a few things that we did. We did so much more. We went to different outings and we went to rooftops and all of these activities. We got to do something every single day. There was never a dull moment. There was never a day where we were struggling to find something to do. So I highly recommend going to Colombia. It's affordable. There's so much to do. The people are friendly and it is just a great time. The food is phenomenal. You will not be tired of their food, and the restaurants, there's an abundance of restaurant choices in Cartagena. So highly recommend. It's clean as well. It's safe. I didn't feel uncomfortable at any point in time on my trip. And that says a lot. As locals, as visitors, we did not feel any kind of uncomfort. We felt right at home. People were welcoming, friendly. There were a lot of tourists there as well. So you didn't feel like you didn't belong. And the only thing is, if you're not someone that speaks Spanish, you need to brush up on your Spanish, because a lot of the locals do not speak English, or get a translator. So what we did was we had the Google Translate app and we used that. So highly recommend you use a Google Translate app that can be used offline as well, just in case you don't want to use your data while you're traveling. You can also get a chip for your phone if you want to, but we didn't need that. Wi-Fi was everywhere, so we would just go to restaurants, ask them for the Wi-Fi password, and boom, we were online. But highly recommend getting the Google Translate app so that you can speak to people without struggling too much, because if you're not fluent in Spanish or you don't know any Spanish, it will be a challenge. So that's just a little nip of how my trip went in Colombia. As I said, it was amazing, highly recommended. And it wasn't something that it wasn't a place that was on my bucket list before, but I was so pleasantly surprised. I didn't even know what to expect. I kind of went there with no expectations. I've been to the Caribbean, I've been to other countries, but I just didn't know what to expect from Colombia, and it blew me out the water. And I'm telling everyone, you need to go there. It's such an experience. So definitely, if any of you are planning to go, you can comment down below, let me know, or if you've been, you can comment down below and let me know how your experience was. But it's something that I highly recommend that you experience in your lifetime, going to Colombia. And I hope that this was a little bit helpful for you if you are planning to go, and it gave you some ideas of things to do. As I said, I'm going to put together some footage so you guys can see how that was. It's one thing to talk about it in front of a camera, it's another for you to see. So I'm going to try to put something together so you can see how it was. And yeah, if you guys liked this video, please like, subscribe, share. If you liked the content, it was just like a get up and go in front of the camera type of video today. So anyways, ciao and take care, all of you.